This is the AMH model 3212 SA2P. It is semi-automatic, and the operation is accomplished with 2 palm buttons. It has a hydraulic clamp that houses the 2 mar-free clamp collars. These are special collars for special application. There's 2 diameters on each set of collars. You simply flip them over and you have 2 different diameters to grip the tubing. They're mar-free. This hydraulic clamp will generate 30 tons of clamp forces. $220 volts, 3-phase. This particular unit has a 10 horsepower motor. We're looking at the rotary actuator that controls the tube stop. And the tube stop is used to position accurately the tube prior to forming. There is a micro switch on the actuator or proximity switch. This proximity switch, if it is not made, the form cycle will not take place. When the proximity switch is made, that means that the tube stop is out of harm's way and the die won't move forward and destroy it. The tube stop system operates with 100 psi shop air. And it's activated with a little air valve. It's a mechanical valve. When the clamp closes, the mechanical valve is made, which activates the rotary actuator that will move the tube stop out of the way. There is a large reservoir on this unit that will hold approximately 40 gallons of oil, hydraulic fluid. There are 2 filters, oil filters on this reservoir. One is a return filter, and where the suction is, where this suction pipe is, inside the tank there is another filter. This particular unit has a 10 horsepower motor and a 5-gallon a minute pump. The motors and the pumps and the size of the reservoir can be altered to allow for higher production rates. It's completely self-contained, can be moved around with a forklift. This particular unit has a 5-inch bore cylinder that can generate up to 30 tons of forming forces at 3,000 psi. The forming cycle is controlled by 2 proximity switches. There's a forward and there's a reverse. The tube stop arm is out of the way. The cylinder is fully retracted as to the rear proximity switch is made. This particular case, we're using a short stroke, so the proximity switches are placed very close to each other. The forming operation is accomplished by depressing the two palm buttons with two hands simultaneously. To operate the clamp, there's a foot lever on the bottom of the machine. On the right hand side, if you depress it, the clamp will close. On the left side, the clamp will open. When setting the tube stop arm, there's two socket head cap screws that have to be loosened, and then when you back off on those, it loosens the apparatus that holds it on the shaft, and then you move it to the right or the left, wherever you need to be able to position it as far as you want the tube to extend out beyond the clamp assembly. As far as controlling the stroke of the forming cylinder, you set the proximity switches where you want, and you can shorten the stroke to do a short operation, or lengthen the proximity switches so you can do a longer stroke of the cylinder to expand or reduce. In this particular case, we're going to be coning the end of a tube, and we'll have a demonstration here shortly. Now I'm going to give a little demonstration here on how the clamp opens up and closes. Here I'm pressing the right side of the lever, which closes the clamp, and the tube stop pulls out of the way. I move my foot over, this opens up the clamp. Now I'll come up here and you'll see it operating. The tube stop is in a position for the length of the tube that you want to extend out beyond the clamp. When I hit the foot pedal, the clamp's going to close, and the tube stop comes out of the way. And then when I hit the two palm buttons, the stroke goes forward, makes a proximity switch, returns and stops, open up the part, the clamp, and it's all done. Okay, now the operator is going to place this particular tube inside the clamp assembly, up against the tube stop, and close the clamp. Okay, now the operator is going to depress the two palm buttons. The part is formed. Now we're looking at the part that has been coned at the end of the tube. Here's a better view of it. You can see where it's been, the tube has been domed or coned a little bit. We're going to see this again from the back side here. We'll put the tube inside the clamp up against the tube stop. Close the clamp. Form a cycle. Operation complete. Okay, now we're going to remove these clamp assemblies here. For the top clamp, there's 4 socket head cap screws. You remove those, and then take a long Allen wrench, and for the bottom ones, there's also socket head cap screws, and we remove those as well. All machines manufactured. Okay, now we're going to go through an expansion where we're going to expand at a 2-degree angle. So stick the tube inside up against the tube stop, close the clamp, hit the 2 palm buttons. It's going to go forward and expand, and the cycle is complete. You'll open up the clamp, remove the part, and you can see there where the part is at an angle. We'll twist it a little bit here. Okay, so you can get a good idea where it's at an angle. This particular product is for the wheelchair industry. We're looking at the serial number and the model number of the machine that's stamped on the top of the plate. If you never need any service, this serial number is always on file, and we know all the spare parts and everything that goes with the machine, all the components. Here's illustrated the model number, the serial number, and the date the machine was produced. Here we're looking at a view of the PLC system that we use for the automatic control cycle. Again, the form cycle is done with this, is controlled by this PLC system, and the clamping system is controlled by the foot pedal. With each machine, we provide a service manual, an instruction manual, If there's ever any problems, just contact A&H, and we can more than likely assist you right over the phone and help you solve your problem. At the moment here, he's installing new clamp collars. These are the bottom collars. You'll notice he's using a long extended Allen wrench, and then he tightens the bottom collars right through the holes from the top where the top holes go into.
How come you only did it to one?